ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the 1993, 1953-1954 Final Four reunion. So here in a moment we'll get that going. So we'll kind of let them take it away from here. But we just want to let you guys know that this is what we're doing. We're also testing the audio real quick. Make sure you guys comment below if you can hear us well. But we're trying to get that audio fixed, so we thank you for you guys' patience, but we'll get that fixed here soon. And now we'll turn it over to the reunion ceremony.
And family, Earl Barton, Bill Combs, Leroy Cruz, represented by his daughter Karen Bridges and son Wayne Cruz, Irvin Farless, Boyd Higginbotham, Tommy Holman, Dale Johnson, Hal Johnson, Don Shehorn and his family, and head coach Carl Mack Johnson. Although unfortunately some of the players are no longer with us today, their memory and legacy still remains strong, as some in our community still recalls stories such as Leroy Cruz being one of the best ball handlers they'd ever seen. This Comet supporter stated Leroy would dribble a basketball from his house almost every day to and from school. No wonder he could handle the ball. Another from the Comet community recalls that Boyd Higginbotham was a rebounding machine. And most everyone who watched the 53-54 team would say that Hal Johnson was one of the best players ever to put on a Comet jersey. He was such a great player that he caught the eye of the University of Missouri, who recruited him to play for them. Although this next story may sound like a tall tale, I actually verified this from some of the players tonight, and we have not actually recovered an actual record of this. Legend has it that one of the most impressive individual performances ever by an Alton Comet was that Bill Combs scored 70 points in a single game versus Kosh. This was actually the year after the 1953-54 team. Folklore or not, the 1953-54 team has made an imprint on our community. So let's take a walk down memory lane to remember Alton's first Final Four run, the run of 1953-54. In the Class B sectional game, Coach Carl Johnson's Alton Comets entered the state tournament with 30 wins and 6 losses. Alton faced Maryville Horace Mann in the sectional game. The Comets led 39-30 after 3 periods of play. Maryville made a run in the fourth quarter to cut it to 2 points, but the Comets would ultimately weather the storm to win by a final score of 55-49. Hal Johnson dropped 28 points that night. The Comets advanced to Class B state quarterfinals play, where they faced Lewistown. Lewistown took a 3-point lead, 28-25 at halftime, but the Comets would not be denied. They come out of the locker room with a vengeance, capturing a 3-point lead after 3 periods, 40-36. The Comets didn't look back. They beat Lewistown with a final score of 59-48. Bill Combs finished with 28 points and Hal Johnson with 24. Then we go to the big house, the Final Four, Class B Final Four first round action. The Comets faced one of their toughest opponents all year, Sparta. The Comets battled through some adversity, but found themselves only down 4 points, 36-32, going into the fourth quarter. Unfortunately, Sparta's Don Gideon's 24 points was too much to overcome. The Comets eventually fell to Sparta with a final score of 45 to 60. However, Hal Johnson ended up the night with 20 points. And just a side note, this Sparta team eventually won the state championship this year a day later. In the Class B Final Four third place game, the Comets got out to a quick start. Alton stormed out to a 25-10 lead over the Troy Trojans at halftime. The Trojans responded by cutting the Comets' lead to 35-32 going into the fourth quarter. Although Hal Johnson put the Comets on his back, finishing with 28 points that night, Troy's run did not stop there, and Troy actually eventually defeated Alton with a final score of 47-54. The Comets finished the 53-54 season with a record of 32 wins and 8 losses, as well as a 4th place overall in Missouri Class B basketball. Hal Johnson was named to the Class B's tournament all-tournament team and was also selected first team All-State. Leroy Cruz and Bill Combs earned an honorable mention to the Class B all-tournament team. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and get on your feet as we honor the 1953-54 Alton Comets Final Four. Well, guys, it was great to have you here tonight. Your family, some of you drove all the way from East Tennessee, and we thank you so much for sharing this night with our community. We thank you for the memories, the legend, and we hope that the legend moves on. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There's the 1953 to 54 Final Four reunion ceremony. That's your see there. They're getting pictures with those members of that team. But incredible thing. 70 years ago. 70 years since then. Amazing feat for Alton and the school history, the town history. We hope that you guys are able to hear. Please comment down below if you can start to hear more or what the audio looks like for you guys, but we're trying to get this fixed again, and we apologize for the inconvenience. We hope that you can stick around, and we should try to get this resolved soon.